Hey guys, Joe here. So a little update for what new product we have coming out. What we are introducing is pressure treated. So normally this would not be super exciting. I realize this because typically you're not buying your pressure treated from your supplier, you're buying it from Home Depot and Lowe's. The reason for that is because number one, you're going to be able to get it for cheaper, and number two, it's the same stuff. We know that when, after the fence is installed, after the first rainstorm, you end up having all these rust stains and everything else because the nails are not stainless steel. And then you're not able to rack it because of the way it's nailed and all these other kinds of things. So what we decided is to build it on site. We decided that is a few reasons. Number one is it brought the cost down, so we're actually able to charge the same as what Home Depot and Lowe's charges with a much better product. So what we end up doing is with a 2x4 versus a typical 2x3. Actually, there isn't really even a 2x3. It's like almost like a 1.5 by 3 kind of deal. And stainless steel nails. And then the other thing that we're doing is regular built, and then we're also doing them single nailed as well. So that way you can let us know if you're going up or down hills. So what we would typically find when dealing with suppliers or going to Home Depot and Lowe's is that the way they would stack the material outside, it would be almost like the last 2 feet or so would end up being a different color, where everything is like nice and clean looking, but then there would be like 2 foot of it where it's that grayish color because it's been sitting out in the sun, it wasn't covered properly. We're not doing that, right? Because at the end of the day, if we're gonna offer something, we wanna offer the best quality that we possibly can. This is gonna be the same price as what you pay at Home Depot and Lowe's, but you're just gonna get a much better quality product. So what you'll see here is, compared to your typical panels at Home Depot and Lowe's, is we actually moved the top rail, we moved it up, and then we moved the bottom rail, we moved that down. Why did we do it? Well, these pickets, it is going to warp at some point. Well, moving it up, it's creating less space up here. So what's going to end up happening is less likely to end up having issues with the warping and things like that. Same thing at the bottom. It's going to create less issues for yourself, your homeowners, and things like that. And then when you go from a panel that is using a cheaper, like a 1.5 by 3, something like that, once we go into an actual 2x4, it adds considerable amount of weight. So we knew that was a problem, right? And we brought these in. And the exciting part is, like, it's going to end up being free for you. So the nice part with this is, as you can see here, like, it does hinge, okay? So what ends up happening is, as soon as you put something in here, it actually clamps itself, right? So then what you can do is, you don't have to worry about material slipping or anything like that, right? All right, so of course, like anything else, the way these were initially made, they worked okay. If it was on a completely flat ground, like if you're dealing with concrete and things like that, the clearance was fine, but it only gave you about a 2-inch clearance or so. What we end up doing is getting different wheels and putting these things on. So all said, we have about, it's close to almost like $200 for these things, which it kind of seems ridiculous, to be honest with you. But we wanted to make sure that if we were going to start offering this, number one, we want to make sure we're offering a better quality product than what's already out there. And again, the other thing was to get the pricing where it needs to be. But then to have a better quality product, it is a heavy ass panel. These are typically probably about 15 to 20 pounds heavier than what you're currently using because of the rails. But we didn't want to sacrifice quality. What we decided to do, again, running a special promotion that your first order of 25 panels or more, you're gonna get this thing for free. So the way this works, this closes on you. So you can leave it something like this so it's staying open, right? So as we have here, so now it is clamped in there. Let me just spin this around. So at this point it's clamped in there, right? And then so what we're gonna lift. Now I'm doing this with one hand and trying to hold a camera and everything else. Let me see if I can go on this side. But yeah, so you can lift this up and then you can start moving it along. So then what ends up happening is something that is a much heavier panel. We're doing it where you can actually reduce the amount of weight and issues that you're having. You can wheel from one place to another pretty easily. They've even, like some of the fence guys, they're adding like 2 panels at a time and taking 2 at a time. And then you can use the same thing for your post as well. And yeah, that's about it. So at this point, we're doing this as a special promotion. I'm not sure how long this is going to last. We're trying to do it as long as possible. But yeah, it's your first order of 25 panels or more, and you'll get this thing for free. And it works out really well. So that's what we're working on. But if you're interested, let us know. We're going to have this ready this coming week, and they're going to be kept out of the elements because, like I said, we want to make sure that you have the best quality product. And I think it's going to do really well. So really, from the contractor standpoint, you know, you're able to set yourself apart from everyone else because everyone else is using the regular stuff from Home Depot and Lowe's, which it's not great, right? Again, because you're not using stainless steel nails, you're not using the 2x4s, and so now you can set yourself apart from everyone else. And so the goal is for you guys to be able to book more jobs, but keep the pricing down as well. You can see it firsthand in the at the shop. And don't forget, every Friday we do have food. It's Contractor and Crew Appreciation Day every single Friday. It's where we have lunch and things like that. This week we happen to be doing pizza, and we also have hot dogs as well. So anyway, hope you guys are doing well, and if you have any questions, let me know.